welcome back to
Miss Banano's Life Skills. Today we'll be covering self-defense. In this video, you'll be learning how to defend yourself against a perpetrator, including when they are either unarmed, have a gun, or have a knife, and how to defend yourself when you are unarmed, when you have pepper spray, and when you have a taser.
So let's get started.
At the beginning of a confrontation, it is always important to stay calm. So monitor your breaths. Make sure you're taking deep breaths, focusing on your situation, and getting ready to defend yourself.
So what you don't want to do is challenge them, threaten them, command them, or argue with them.
That would make you the criminal.
So you're in a confrontation. Now how do you de-escalate the situation?
First things first, we need to figure out what the root cause of the issue is. Try to figure out why they're angry. Secondly, try to make some sort of compromise. If you can compromise, then maybe no one has to be hurt. And thirdly, if they're being especially offensive, maybe we need to bring a mediator into the situation.
And remember, a compromise requires a sacrifice. You may have to give up something in order for them to calm down. So let's say the confrontation gets out of hand, you can't de-escalate the situation and they're not agreeing with anything you say. That's when you might need to call for help. Just like with the mediator, you might need to bring outside attention to help you fix this problem. You can easily do this by yelling,
"Oh God, someone help me, please, please!"
See, that's a good call for help. It'll attract the attention of those around you, and hopefully someone will come to assist you.
Or you can also carry around one of these. You can find them on Amazon, and they're alarmed that you can, with a press of a button, will sound a very loud and very annoying sound that will draw the attention of the crowd, and it's very effective.
Always remember that the strength of a crowd will be much greater than the strength of one. So you may think you can defend yourself against someone with a firearm, but in reality, it's extremely difficult. Focus very heavily on de-escalating the situation and complying with their demands. The most important thing is that you leave the situation alive. Now let's say you take a trip to Brittany and you have to defense against a shank or a knife.
This bloke is going to either come after the body, which is the biggest target you have, or your shoulders. So you see, let's say they're trying to stab you at the body. You're looking real feisty, real angry. They're coming at you, they stab, and then you step off to the side and you push their stabbing arm away. So you see, by stepping off to the side where they're trying to stab straight at you, you're changing, they are wide open, and you're free to do with their hands or body however you want. So let's say you're in a situation where you're forced to physically defend yourself. What do you do?
It's going to be very hard to throw a punch from a forward-facing position. So make sure you step 1 foot back so you can get your body weight into the punch.
So typically as you're throwing a punch, you want to throw your hand out straight forward as you're rotating, so that way you can get the most speed and most power.
So a punch may be good if you're an arm's length away from them, but what happens if you're face to face? So you see, they're right up in your face, they're arguing at you, spitting, gnarling, meowing, and they're getting real close up to you, and you feel really scared. And you need to do an offensive move to defend yourself. So you see, one thing you can do is just forcefully headbutt them. So you see, a headbutt is really effective against parts of the face, especially on the nose. So what you want to do, just move your head in the direction of where their nose is, and it's falling forcefully. You line up, you headbutt them that easy.
So your unarmed perpetrator has gotten up close with you and has grabbed your hand. What do you do next?
Slugs. So you see, what you want to do is you actually want to grab their hand with both of your hands, bring your elbows in, because you're going to be trying to throw punches with their other hand, so you're going to block with those. And what you do, when you have both your elbows down and both your hands gripped firmly on their hand, you bring it down, you turn over, because then it twists them and hurts their wrist, and you'll be free. So now, what do you do if you happen to get yourself in a chokehold? Now for the pepper spray. We will not be actually using this, but for demonstration purposes, we will be showing you the correct way to hold it and how you would go about activating it. So in common media, the way people hold it is like as if they're holding a bug spray. That is not the correct way. They can easily knock it out, take it away from you, or you can just drop it because you're clumsy. So you see, what you want to do, you want to take the pepper spray with the actual spray in front. You want to wrap your fingers underneath it as if you're making a fist. This way, it's solid grip, and you can keep your thumb here at all times in order to keep a safe press. So, how do you actually go about spraying this thing? Different pepper sprays have different ways to activate them, but the most common one is spring lock. So, what you do is you'll flip the actuator up, and then there should be a little spring or button inside. They just press down, and it will spray the pepper spray inside. Now, note that different pepper sprays have different nozzles, which have different ways to shoot. Know how far the range is and what type of spray it is.
If you have a stream type spray, use it from ear to ear. If it's a gel type, splatter it across the face. And if you have a mist type, spray all around them, as inhalation will cause the damage.
So now let's learn how to defend the container. Two major prerequisites here is, first of all, make sure it's turned on. There'll usually be a switch on the side that you need to push up before you can discharge. And second of all, please make sure it's charged, because otherwise it will not be of much use. Whenever you're discharging, use a half-second burst and try to hit either below the waist, below the ribcage, or at the shoulder.
Expectation.
Give me all your money.
Oh, wait. I learned from this video.
Give me all your money.
Wait, I learned something from this video. You mind if I take some euros? Wait, mate. Do you mind if I take some euros?
No.